believe it's been 25 years this week since the original reality show Big Brother began, and today's guest was part of that TV history. He was just 22 years old when he entered the Big Brother house in 2001. He won it, of course, and here for a catch-up on fame, family and the ups and downs of both, it's Brian Dowling.
Hello. I wore the shortest T-shirt, so try not to put my hands up. No one needs to see that.
Oh, Brian, I can't... Like we say, we're talking about 40 years of Live Aid, and here we are, 25 years of Big Brother.
I won the show 24 years ago this month, the second season of the show.
Absolutely incredible.
Wow.
How long was it then? How long were you in it for that?
Just over 9 weeks.
Yeah, 82 days or something like that.
Yeah,
9 weeks.
It was 9 weeks, whereas now the season's it's like 5 or 6 weeks.
Yeah.
You did Celeb when I was hosting.
Yeah.
What was that, 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
The first one I did was 3 and a bit weeks, and then the second one was 5 weeks.
Oh, we had it way harder back in the day.
Absolutely. But really, when you think back, you know, a lot of people go into Big Brother now, and we've all watched it for 25 years, so you kind of get a sense of what the show is and what happens and how you have to be. It does still break people, we know, they understand that, but it was a proper original social experiment in your day.
We would get one task.
We didn't know what we were getting.
It was one task a week. Wow. We had to train a dog, we had to keep a fire lighting. It wasn't really produced. I think it was a real social experiment, whereas now, I was lucky enough to be invited back on the house in 2010 for the ultimate version of the show, and that was a very produced reality.
You won again.
Oh, stop, yeah. I didn't think I'd win it the second time. I kind of thought, no, I won it the first time, but yeah, that was an amazing opportunity.
Yeah, because the whole original ethos was a bit like rats in a laboratory. Just like left to your own devices and see what happens.
So, but I think the opportunities we got back then are not the same people get now. People go on the show now with agents and magazine deals. Like, I was an air steward for Ryanair.
Yeah.
You feel like the whole, you know, when you think about reality TV, has changed? Because reading you saying about the culture impact, it's completely
different. I remember leaving the show and Davina was telling me there was fireworks. I don't remember any fireworks. People were throwing knickers at me. And I was like, what am I going to do with these? Am I going to wear them? I don't know what's going on. I didn't understand how I became so famous at the time. My nieces now, the middle girls are 13, and I'm trying to explain to them what it was like, and they don't understand it. Haven't to explain that to my children someday.
I was about to say, do you watch it now and do that whole thing of like, well, it wasn't like that in my day?
Sometimes. I'm now 47, so I wouldn't have done that. But like back then, we were
back then you could do anything.
Well, you could do anything.
Nowadays,
we were constantly drinking and being naked and being silly, but there was no real arguments. There was no real drama or trauma from it. It was just fun.
Didn't you make the big decision almost that... Didn't you come out on Big Brother? So
basically, I did the show in 2001, and my sister told my parents I was gay. I was afraid to tell them in case they'd have a bad reaction. Right. And then I got off a flight from Italy. I was working at Ryanair, and my mum asked me, was I being fashionable? I was like, no, Mum, I'm not being fashionable. And then I was on the show, and then when I won the show, I just couldn't wait to get to the end. It was just a really long walkway, and just to hug my mum, and I embraced her then. Wow. Kind of the first time as my authentic self, as her gay son. I turned 23 on the show. So it's very important. Oh, you're talking about heavenly birthdays. My mum obviously passed away in 2018, so even seeing that picture now, it's still something you come to terms with.
Of course it is, I get that. But it was, like you say, it was overnight fame.
Yeah,
it was Hollywood status.
I had security guards, we bodyguards. I'd be walking down the streets and see people with T-shirts with my quotes on it. Evil, demons, and I'm going, wow, like, it was insane. Secret locations, secret hotels, like bodyguards.
And millions then watching it as well, millions.
I think like 8 or 9 million people maybe voted that last week alone. I think more people voted for me to win Big Brother than elected Tony Blair to be Prime Minister. I could have been your Prime Minister, people. Like, people had such a love and passion for the show. And I don't think you see that anymore when it comes to reality TV. There's so much reality TV.
There's more there.
Back then, there was 2 or 3 shows. And that was kind of it.
Well, let's fast forward 24 years.
Yes.
You were on the show with us last year, and
right.
You came on with lovely Arthur and
my
your
sister
Aoife. Yes. You've got your 2 gorgeous children, 3 and 1 now, my words.
Oh, look at them there. Let me tell you, there is never a dull moment in my house. They keep me young and keep me on my toes.
So I wanted to ask you, because last year we were discussing the fact, because you used Aoife as a surrogate,
that's correct.
but you were not allowed to be legally registered.
No, and still nothing has changed. So when it comes to my children, I've no kind of legal rights over them.
But are you feeling at peace with that, or are you still in a...
I kind of got to the point
Right.
I am their dad.
Yeah, of course.
So really wanting that piece of paper is kind of really irrelevant to me in my daily life. But if something was to happen to Arthur, perhaps it would be an issue. But my sister Aoife is down as their legal mother. So she could fight on behalf of me.
Yeah.
Now, hopefully it won't get to that.
Yeah.
I also wanted to ask, because, you know, obviously the birth of any baby is a joyous thing. We talk about it all the time on this show. But you as a family, you've had quite a rough ride from trolls. And I mean, like, a really rough ride. Tell us a little bit about...
To where, you know, we've kind of had to get the guards involved at our house, the stuff that's been alleged about
So
abuse,
people making threats to you?
Threats about abuse in our home. That's obviously how we treat... My children should be forcibly removed from the home for their safety. Allegation about myself and Arthur, like, so bad. And it's something I think that when you're in the public eye, I feel you kind of have to learn to live with. And I feel you do expect a little bit of pushback, on some stuff, which is fine. But to go to that level...
Yeah, but that's a different... What did that do to your peace of mind as a family?
I've never felt unsafe going out anywhere in the UK or in Ireland. I felt unsafe for a period of time going out with my children by myself for fear someone would approach me, attack me, throw something at me, try and take one of my girls away from me. A real panic. And as a man... You know, I want to have control and protect my family, but I felt like I actually couldn't.
What would you... I'm going to use this word because this is how I feel. They are trolls.
Absolutely.
Those people are trolls.
Yeah.
What would you say to somebody who might be watching the show that would feel that way? What would you say to them about the damage they do?
I'd say, first of all, stop, engage, think, but also reach out to someone. I do fundamentally believe that hurt people, and they're going through something themselves. I also do think a lot of it is also homophobia, because myself and Arthur are two men bringing up a family. My husband's also a refugee. So I think we tick the box for everything people dislike about life and progression. So I just think that we're kind of...
Really what they dislike is themselves.
Of course.
Right?
So I just say, stop, don't do it. And there will come a point, I think, where these people will be outed and people will find out who they are. So if I was them, I would also be worried a little bit.
Brian, maybe you could have been Prime Minister.
Thank
you. Yes, you summed that up absolutely perfectly. Thank you so much, Brian. It's so good to see you again.
You guys.
And you know I love the Housewives. I mean,
the Real Housewives.
The Real Housewives of Cheshire. I love it. He does the reunion
so much
show.
Fun on that.
Oh my gosh!
And maybe
you're going to tell me stuff off camera.
You're way more tame compared to the Real Housewives.
We are, of course we are, Brian. Thank you so much. It's all about time.